So, we just finished reading the Disney version of Cinderella.
Yep.
And now what you're going to do is you're each going to get a different version of the book, Cinderella. Just like in second grade, how we did a fairy tale unit, there's different versions of the story.
Yeah, I remember
really
that.
cool versions, right? Good. Okay. So when we compare and contrast two stories, what is that type of organizer we use? Maddie?
Compare and contrast.
Yeah. And what kind of organizer is it that we compare and contrast on?
Venn diagram.
Yeah, Venn diagram. Doesn't this look familiar?
Yeah.
Okay, so when we use a Venn diagram, we see there's two circles that overlap. What information goes in the outside circles? Kevin?
Something on one side of the circle, or something on the other, like contrasting on how they're different.
Yes, very good. So then what would go in the middle where they overlap, Aiden?
How about for the same?
How they're the same. Good. So on one side, you're going to compare the Walt Disney Cinderella that we usually think of when we think of the story of Cinderella with whatever version of the story I give you. And there's all different kinds. Okay? When you go back and compare and contrast, the directions are down at the bottom on everyone's. And then down here, it's going to tell you what information you have to put in the Venn diagram. So first, I want you to compare and contrast the story element. Characters. What else? Brielle? Setting. Dylan?
Character traits.
Yeah.
Oh.
When you compare the characters, you might have different character traits.
When it's happening.
Yep. The setting could be where or when. So we have characters, setting, and what else is a big part of a story? Maddie?
Why it's happening.
Yeah. What's that story element? Problem and solution. Okay, story elements. Characters, setting, problem, and solution. Raise your hand if you don't know what any of those things are. Okay, you should. You all know that. Okay. So, besides the story elements, I also want you to come up with some extra things that you might find are different. You might see that the names are different, or what actually happens is a little bit different. Like, they might not be in a castle. It might be just in, like, the woods, or it might be in a house. Okay, so you can think of some different things, too, some extra characteristics that you can add to your graphic organizer. Okay? Things that are different go on the outside, things that are the same go in the middle. Okay? You're going to compare and contrast story elements and some extra things that you find. Okay? Raise your hand if you're not sure what you're going to do. Good. Okay. You guys are going to be working in a group to compare Cinderella with this book, Cinder Edna. It's a really cool book. Did any of you ever read it?
Yeah, I think I read it out. Yeah.
Okay, good. So it's nice when you can kind of reread a story because you don't have to worry so much about reading the words. You can focus more on the story. I really like the ending. So what you guys are going to do is you're going to do a lot of the same stuff. You're going to do story elements, right? Character, setting, problem, solution. That's the story elements. I want you to find at least 3 extra things that are different besides the story elements. And then I also want you to challenge yourself and see if you can compare and contrast the moral or the lesson in the story. Do we know what a moral or a lesson is? What is that, Julia?
It's the lesson, like what it teaches you. When it tells you.
Yeah. And does just the character learn the lesson, or can it be something that applies to all of us?
It can be something that applies to all of us.
Good. So I want you to see if you can come up with the lesson in both the stories and compare and contrast those as well. You think you can challenge yourself to do that? Okay. Okay. The 3 of you are going to work together on this book. Seriously, Cinderella is so annoying. It's the story told by the wicked stepmother instead, which is kind of funny. Have you any of you read this?
No.
Good, because then you're going to really like it. It's going to be something different. So after you read this book, I'm going to do our organizer. It looks pretty much the same, right? Mm-hmm. Okay? And this time it tells you what the story elements are. You're going to compare and contrast the characters, the people, or the animals that are in the story, right? Okay, what's the setting, Gabe?
It's like the place they're in.
Very good, the place that they're in. What's a problem?
Like something wrong.
Something goes wrong. Good, Julius. So then what's the solution, Gianna?
They fix the problem.
How they fix the problem. And then I'm going to come up with 2 other things that are a little bit different between the stories from the movie. It might be where it's happening. It could be like the clothes they're wearing. Extra things, right? Maybe in the video we saw that Cinderella was friends with birds and a lot of mice. Maybe they don't have that in this book. want you to come up with 2 extra things that are different.
The mice are right there. They're rats.
Okay. Oh, see, maybe that's different. You're going to read and find that out. Okay? If you're not sure, you forget what any of these things are, this is your organizer to tell you what the story elements are. Right? The characters are the people or the animals. The setting tells you where or when the story takes place. The problem is what goes wrong, like Julius told us. And the solution is how we solve that problem. Okay? So that can help you if you forget what the characteristics are when you go to fill this in. Okay? What goes on the outsides again? What's the same or what's different?
The different.
Different. What goes on the outside, Jules? Same or different? Different. What goes in the middle, Gabe?
Same.
The same.
They
Good.
do the same, like what they do the same.
Yeah, what they do the same. Now listen, I have an option for you. You can read the book, or you can listen to somebody read the book. Okay? So if you want, this is actually going to be reading the book, so if you want, you can actually page through and listen as they read it. Okay. And this way, if you want to go back, if you forget anything, we can go back and listen to it again in the story. Okay? Does anybody have any questions? No. Okay, good.